Hey, what's up everybody? It's Motto again, and this is my completed Infernity deck list. Finally, I know it took forever, and I know I told you guys that I was going to build it in a while, but you know, Infernity's, the barriers are a little bit hard to find. Now, this isn't really completed, I'm missing a couple of cards, or just one card still. But, you know, enough with my rambling. I'll go through the deck list, and then at the very end of the video, I'll go through some updates on all my other decks, and, you know, just random stuff like I always do. So, let's start with the deck. First off, you have triple Infernity Mirage. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of people don't like to run triple Infernity Mirage, but personally, whenever I play Infernities, I feel like I have to have at least one in the graveyard in order for me to be successful with the loop all the way through. Now, 3 isn't, you know, necessary. 2 is usually recommended, but personally, I like 3 simply because of the fact that you draw into him more, you know. Drawing into him first hand is always bad, but it doesn't necessarily hurt because you can just dump all your monsters, and every now and then you can just dump one of them. So it's still good. I like 3. Now, triple Infernity Archfiend, the obvious staple of the entire deck. You know, when he's special summoned, you draw him while you top deck. You get a search, la la la, Infernity barriers. Triple Infernity Necromancer. Now we're getting into the whole loop part with the Archfiend and Necromancer. Necromancer specials 1 from the graveyard. And I play 2 Infernity Avengers. Now, a lot of people tend to only play 1 Infernity Avenger, but personally, there are a couple of rogue decks out there that just randomly run 2 DD Trolls main deck, and I don't want to have to, you know, bother with having to scoop the second that they DD Crow my Avenger or something. It's not a bad thing, but I mean, again, having 2 is always better than 1. I run 2 for the same reason that I want 2 Kushanos in my Fabled build, because if it gets removed, it hurts. But, you know, it's just there to be there. Now, moving on to the non-Infernity monsters, you have 2 Stygian Street Patrols for support. Now, everybody knows that in Infernities, you load up your graveyard with darks like nothing. And having Stygians in the graveyard really help you out with Infernity Mirage, because you can remove them to special Mirage and then just keep on going. I run 1 Armageddonite. Half of the time, I realize that, you know, Dark Grepher isn't always going to be what you want. Like, maybe sometimes you don't have a Dark in your hand, or you don't have anything in your hand to dump for Dark Grepher. So, Armageddonite is good for that. And, I also run Call the Haunted, so he's really good, recyclable with that and all that. Now, the one card that I'm missing in this deck is a Dark Grepher. I'm pretty sure you can tell, but it looks all gypsy and, like, horrible and just stupid-ass printed and shit. I have the trades for it. Nobody has it. It's annoying, but I figured, what the hell, I might as well do the deck. It's a really fun deck to play. So that's it for the monsters. It runs strictly 15. I've seen a lot of other people running it with only the Infernities, but I really like the way the deck runs with the Stygians and the Armageddonites and blah blah blah, all that. Moving on to spells, you just have, you know, typical staple spells: Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, and double MST. Those are just like my personal staples. Every now and then I'll put 3 MST over 1 Heavy Storm. But nobody expects you to play Heavy Storm in a deck that plays so much back row. So if they see, oh look, he's playing Infernity, I'll just set everything and then you just Heavy Storm them. It always hurts. For consistency, I run 2 Dualities. And I know what you might be thinking, 2 Dualities in Infernities, what? Infernities take like maybe a turn or 2 to set up. And in that 1 turn or 2 that you draw Duality, it never hurts to you know, Duality into a piece of the combo that you need. And then summon an Armageddonite for more setup. It can't hurt the deck. I mean, and even after if you draw it after you finish the loop or whatever, then you just thin out the deck. And even then, if you go first or whatever, you can bluff them out and just not do anything. That way they don't know what deck you're playing and they don't know how to respond. Again, Rhoda for consistency, Foolish Burial for consistency, and a 1-for-1. Not you know, really for consistency, but it helps getting out your Avengers, and it helps to get out a Mirage if you need it. And then the obvious Infernity Launcher, because if you're not running Launcher in Infernities, it's limited for a reason. Moving on to traps, staple Infernity traps, double break. Break is too good with the new priority ruling, and you don't have to remove Infernity monsters. You can remove traps and spells too, which is what I like about it. So I tend not to remove monsters unless I really have to. 2 Infernity Inferno. It is an instant graveyard setup, and I mean instant. If you have any other piece of the combo inside your hand, you can just drop it and send the other 2, and you're done. You know, maybe if you have a Stygian in your hand or something, and then you have like another combo piece, you just send them all, and it's just too good. I run 2 because if you run 3, you don't really want more than 1 in your hand. I mean, although you can drop the other one for it, but then that's just kind of a minus in a way. And, you know, you only really need 1 to set up your graveyard, but you run 2 for the consistency of drawing it. 2 barriers for completely obvious reasons. And then that's it for the traps, Infernity related wise. Moving on to just regular staples, you got double warning, double torrential, double call the haunted, and a starlight for personal preference. Now, in this deck, you need 2 torrentials because you run almost no monsters. So, you know, you can feel safe just kind of setting one of them or whatever and then ending. Warnings are just on top of the barriers. You already have enough negation, why not add more? Call the haunted for recycling, Armageddon Knight, grepher, and all that stuff. And it can get you a search with Archfiend if you have no cards in your hand. And after you've gone through your deck and you had a combos or whatever, it can bring back one of your boss monsters. Starlight personal preference. Now, the extra deck isn't complete yet, but I have the basic outline for what I need. And to be honest, the extra deck isn't much. So you got 200 Eyes Dragons for the obvious loop. If you don't know what the Infernity loop is, I'll be posting up a video about it soon. 1 Infernity Doom Dragon for the end of the loop. Double Void Ogre Dragon, which is basically a Shien for Infernities. While you have no cards in your hand, you can just negate once per turn, and it's a 3k beater. So, you know, once again, bringing out the strengths of Infernities, being able to pull out level 8 monsters with a billion attack. And you have 1 Stygian Sergeants, because he's a really good level 5 Fiend-specific tuner. And the fact that he can attack twice, it can be a really game-ending card. And that's it for the, you know, specific tuners needed for the Infernities. Everything else is just kind of random. Darkened Dragon is nice outs to everything. Stardust is a Stardust. Gaia is a Gaia. Catastor is a Catastor. Now this is where, Darken doesn't count. But this is where my whole little typical synchro setup would be in. I have a Black Rose, so the Black Rose would go here. And I have an Armory Arm, the Armory Arm would go here. So that way it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That way I have a target for every synchro that's just kind of staple. For Exceeds, I have Leviathan Dragon, which you can go fairly often. Not as much, unless you're running the Tour Guide version of the deck, but I tried out the Tour Guide version, and I don't really like it. I mean, I know it's slightly faster, but at the same time, the playstyle of it just doesn't feel Infernity-like. And Utopia for those rare moments when you have like a grepher and an Armageddon Knight or something awkward like that. And then, random token, in case I'm too lazy to pull out the synchros from my other decks. So, that's it for the deck list. If you guys just came here for that, you know, you can leave now. Bye, I'll see you later. But, small updates. Fables, I've been getting a lot of recent, you know, questions about the deck. And, you know, that I should put up a new video and do all this other stuff and blah blah blah, yada yada. I will put up a deck of that deck list as soon as I finish the side deck for that. I really don't want to, like, put the deck just with the deck and extra deck by itself, because the deck, I don't know, it's just the thing, you know, they're my Fables, it's my baby, I can't just let them go like that. And, shortly after I finish putting up the Fable deck list, I will put up a Fabled strategy video, because there's a really good strategy in the deck the way that I've made it, and it just works amazingly. But, you know, that's it for that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please rate, whatever, I don't give a shit. Just, comment. Comments are more important to me than anything else. In one of my Fable videos, the, like, March 2012 one or whatever, so much discussion going on that video, and I absolutely love it. Just do that on more of my videos, and you know, I'll really appreciate it. And here's a topic starter. I really wanted to run a mind control in this deck, but I didn't know how to fit it in. So, just saying, if you guys can take something out, put it on mind control somewhere, put it in the comment sections, and then just let the fun begin. So, I'm Amato, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.